Alright, as much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to change the oil in this 2011 Acura MDX. Like I say, as much as I hate to, I'm going to change it and then show you how to change it. Because if I can change the oil with my health and my age, then you can change the oil. It's not that difficult. So I'll say that now, but I'm fixing to try it. So let's try it and see if we can't get that changed. All right, got it on blocks where we can get up under it. Now let me get some cardboard, and I got something here to stand on to pour the new oil in, you know, because I ain't tall. But let's get started. I guess we got it back here anyway. All right, got your car up on something. What you're gonna need is, I use the full synthetic high mileage. It's better on your, it helps your leaking on your older cars, the gaskets and what have you. 520, and you're gonna have to have something to with a hose to put the new one in, new oil in, or something like this. And you also want some rags. Throw in some rags in there. It says 17 millimeter, but this new one that I have is not a 17 millimeter, but it shows 17 millimeter on the car. So I got a 17 millimeter and a 5/8, because this new one is a 5/8 actually. So you got to watch that before you go traipsing all the way back down there. That's the oil filter I'm using. You know, it's a SuperTech filter. It is what it is. But if you ever have to get a filter off and you want a good filter wrench, that's the filter wrench you want. I have yet to find a filter that this wrench will not take off. So I always have that. Now, and if you put them on right, you don't need a filter wrench. So throw you some hand rags, grab your oil filter, your new now these, it's recommended to change them, but if your old one looks good and it's not cross-threaded or anything, you can reuse them things. You don't have to buy new ones every time. All right, throw them in there. Got this, and I got a piece of cardboard to lay on. So let me get all this stuff down there and see if we can't get that oil changed. All right. Oh, get you something to lay on, a piece of cardboard. Make sure you got something to drain your old oil in. And I think we can get started. All right, before you do anything, you need to loosen the oil filler. Just loosen it up where it's just sitting on there. That way your engine will get air and it'll drain quicker when you pull your oil drain plug out. All right, looking straight under the car. Right there. Oh, right here is your bottom of your engine. All right, and right there is your drain plug, and it is a 17 millimeter. Sometimes they're a little tight, but I got this one already loose. And it, like I say, it is a 17 millimeter. So what you need to do here, get your bucket over here where it's gonna shoot way out there, and then to keep you from getting your oil all over everything, you want to push in while you're unscrewing it. All right, it's fast. And just move your hand out of the way. It's pretty dark, and you're going to get some on your hand. So just let it drain. All right, it's gotten down to where it's just barely draining. You can see. When it gets down to where it's just dripping, then you can pull it out. What I'm going to do here, and what you want to do, just to make sure, is you have to get your finger a little bit oily. But you want to make sure that that O-ring ain't on there. There ain't no O-ring on it that I can feel. So you wipe that off good. It's still gonna drip. No O-ring on there, and it's down to a drip. You can put your new one on. Now, well, I'm gonna go ahead and use the new one because it has a new O-ring on it, and I know it'd be better to have one. It's bigger, but it's 5/8, but it says it fits this car. So let me see if it'll go in there, thread in, and it does. And what I'm gonna do is try to get that oil out from between there. All right. There we go. And this one is 5/8. Now, get it good and snug. I don't know exactly what the specs are, but that's good and snug. That's really probably too snug. But. All right, back onto the front of the car and looking toward the back. Right here next to the wheel, next to the tire, just look up and there's the filter. All right. All right. There we go. There we go, let it drain. And it shouldn't be a whole lot in there because you drained the engine. So while you're letting that drain, I'll show you what to do with the new one. All right, on your filter, what you want to do is put your finger down in the oil bucket. Get you a little oil on your finger and just rub it all over that little rubber washer on top. Try to get it, gotta get some oil on it. That's all you gotta do. And what that does is when you screw it back onto the block, that rubber part won't grab and fold up. If you don't put that oil on it, it'll grab and it'll fold up and it'll leak. Not every time, but a lot of times. Let's get that oil out and put this one on. All right. Get more on your hands doing that than you do anything. All right, let me get my hand wiped off. I'm going to also make sure you wipe that off and make sure that the old gasket ain't stuck on there. A lot of times it'll get stuck on there and you're not even realizing. You try to put the new one on there and it folds up and starts leaking. So put the new one on. A lot of people complain about using Super Tech stuff. There it is. But I'll say this. Get it down to where it seats. And then you want to turn it at least a half turn more. You don't really want to tighten it tight, but at least a half a turn. You want to get it hand tight. And that's it. Alright. Your plug's in. And your oil filter's in. Now we gotta fill it up. Alright, we're gonna pour the oil in now. And you need 4.5 quarts on this engine.
Wait a second.
And it takes a little bit because tiny little old funnel hose. But it'll go down in there. Still in there, right?
Yeah. That's in there.
I'm pulling it off of the bottom. Pull it up just a tiny tad so to give it a little air. How much is that in the...
We're only down that much.
Oh, we still got quite a bit, okay. If you got a better funnel, it doesn't take near as long. But use what you got. How you looking now?
3 quarts.
Oh, it's still up at 3/4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or 3 quarts, not quarters, but halfway.
Oh yeah, about halfway down. Alright.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
Handshaking a little bit.
Yeah. There you go. Get it down to, you want to put at least 4, a little more than 4 quarts, and then check it. It's supposed to hold 4.5, so. Think we're getting close.
Yeah. About 1 quart left.
Yeah, go ahead and put another, keep going, another half quart or so. Another half. Alright. That's at least 4 quarts, and then we'll let this drain down. And then we'll bag it out, check it, and fill it up if we need to. Be sure and put your cap back on. Don't thread it, it's cross thread. Alright. You want to start it up. Take a look underneath. Make sure that there ain't no bunch of dripping or something. And it looks pretty good. No drips, no running, so I guess we're good to go. Alright. After checking everything, it's about half a quart load, so that's right. 4.5 quarts. So we want to fill it on up. That's about half of it. That's about half, give or take. That's good enough. Alright. And that's how you change oil in a 2011 Acura MDX. And I guess that's it for now. Take care, stay safe.